Let me begin by introducing our host for this evening. You know, every bridge has an engineer, every building has an architect, every event has a visionary. And our visionary this evening is none other than Michael Bolds, the president of Mountaintop Marketing Group. As the president and CEO of Mountaintop Marketing Group, he's a highly regarded government contracting expert who has established Mountaintop Marketing Group as one of the top government marketing firms in the country. Mountaintop was awarded the 2011 Maryland Small Business of the Year, awarded by the Maryland Chamber of Commerce, and recognized with the Maryland Governor's citation for this outstanding achievement. Michael himself was named 2011 Entrepreneur of the Year by the Entrepreneurs and Professionals Network, known as EPNet. Active in the community, Mr. Bolds was recently named to the Bowie State University College of Arts and Sciences Board of Advisors and serves on the advisory board of the Smithsonian National Museum of African Art. He served as former mentor to small business firms via the Montgomery County Small Business Mentorship Program and was also a founding member and instructor for the Veterans Institute for Procurement, an 8-week business course to veteran business owners completely free of charge. He holds 2 engineering certifications, is a proud veteran of the U.S. Air Force. Please join me in welcoming our host for the evening, Michael Bolds of Mountaintop Marketing Group.
Wow. Wow. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Randall Pinkett, a genuine game changer himself, our master of ceremony. And we certainly like to thank you all for coming out. This is our opportunity to recognize and honor minority business. We are so proud to have so many of our elected leaders here with us. And I had some other remarks, but actually I'm going to cut them short, primarily because one of our elected leaders took some very special time out of an extremely busy schedule, and he's going to have to head back to the super committee and take care of some other things, but he found this evening important enough to come by and take some time to present this particular award. So if you will indulge me, I'm going to go right into the presentation and introduce my congressman from the beautiful state of Maryland. And I have to admit, I know that there's a lot of congressional folks in the room. This is my guy. Truly, truly. So without further ado, please welcome Congressman Chris Van Hollen.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's a great honor to be with all the business leaders in the room this evening and everybody else who's joined us. Congratulations to all the game changers on being recognized tonight. I do want to take a moment to thank a real game changer in my state of Maryland, and that's Michael Bolds. He has just been a terrific leader in Maryland's business community and throughout the community at large. And Dr. Pinkett, I want to thank Dr. Pinkett for being masters of ceremonies for this very distinguished group and event. You mentioned a couple of Michael's great accomplishments, and I just want to salute those accomplishments and also say to Michael and his lovely wife, Courtney, who I assume is out there somewhere, congratulations in advance. Congratulations in advance on the new born to be soon arriving. All right? Congratulations. Our prayers and best wishes are with you on that very happy occasion. Michael has been a great leader in our state, as I said, and so that's a good segue into talking about this evening's Small Business Champion. This is also a gentleman who I've had the opportunity to meet because he came out to my congressional district in Maryland to talk to small business leaders and help open the doors of opportunity to a lot of small businesses in my area, and I know he's doing the same kind of thing in other places around the country. And the Small Business Champion Award is presented to the federal government executive that provides substantial support and advocacy while championing minority business and minority business concerns. Now, this gentleman, in addition to leading the Small Business Directors Council for the last 2 years, currently serves as a small business director for the U.S. Agency for International Development, AID. His name is Mr. Mauricio Vera, and I want to tell you a little bit about him. I want to tell you a little bit about him because I think everybody in this room recognizes that while good words are important, good deeds are even more important, because we often hear talk about opening the doors to minority businesses and small businesses, but this man's record of accomplishment is more than talk, and it comes through in the reality of the numbers that he has moved. So here they are. From fiscal years 2009 to 2011, his agency doubled the total awards to small businesses overall. That included tripling the awards to small disadvantaged businesses. It meant doubling the awards to women-owned businesses, and they increased by 10 times the awards to service-disabled veterans-owned businesses. And get this, USAID achieved 4 of its 5 small business goals in fiscal year 2011 after receiving none in fiscal year 2009 before Mr. Vera arrived. And you know it's not a fluke because he previously led the Nuclear Regulatory Commission's small business program and was recognized by the SBA there as a top small agency in 2005. So wherever Mr. Mauricio Vera goes, small business success follows in terms of opening the doors. He is the highest ranked career Hispanic American at the U.S. Agency for International Development. And as you can see, he's had his career has been transforming these agencies to be more open, friendly to small businesses. So I have to apologize for leaving a little early because, as Michael said, I serve on the so-called super committee. We got about 7 days to go. I'm hoping they'll still call us the super committee in 7 days. I'm not sure of that. I just have to be perfectly straight with you. This has been a roller coaster ride. There have been moments where I thought we were very close, and there are moments when I don't think we're so close. We have been working very hard. All of you know that to get something done, you do need a negotiating partner who wants to get to yes. We have said from the beginning we have 2 objectives. One is to make sure we do something about jobs in the economy, because in order to reduce the deficit, we need to get the economy going. And number 2, we need to reduce the deficit over 10 years in a fair and balanced way, meaning shared responsibility from all. That is our road. So that is the standard we're set, and we're working hard to try and reach an agreement that meets that standard. But I'm very pleased to be here this evening to present this award and acknowledge somebody who has always met that standard of fairness, has always met that standard of excellence, and that is Mauricio Vera. Please join me in congratulating him for the 2011 Small Business Champion and Game Changer Award.
Thank you so much, Congressman Van Hollen. I can't tell you how much of an honor it is for you to present this to me. I know how busy you are, and we wish you all the success in the world with the super committee, and we definitely want you to get back to that. That's an important. We're all anxious to know that works out over the next few days, 7 days, and counting. I want to also thank Michael Bowles and Lynn Jenkins and the Mountaintop Marketing for this honor. I'm very humbled to know that I'm now a member of the club, along with the likes of Mr. Glenn Delgado, who I don't know where he is. I saw him earlier, who won this award last year, Tracy Pinson and others. So I'm really, really honored to be in that group. And I want to thank my staff. I know that some of them are here tonight. I ask if I will embarrass you and ask you to stand for a minute. And I want a round of applause for my staff. I want to thank you for being here and for everything that you do every day. It's really because of you that I'm able to be up here. And I want to especially thank Kimberly Ball, my deputy director, who really makes my work life a lot easier every day. And you know, we go over, we sit together on a daily basis for hours and struggle over these issues. But you know, I'm going to try to be very brief. I've been coming to this event for a couple of years now. And I always compliment Michael on the quality of the events, but I always tell him, you know, the one issue is that people get up there and speak forever. So I want to set the example for tonight and not go on for very long. But I do want to say a few things, because I'm very fortunate to be working in a field that I'm extremely passionate about. My good friend Ralph Thomas, I don't know if that rings a bell for many of you. Ralph Thomas used to be the OSDBU director at NASA for many years. He used to say that he was born to be an OSDBU director, and I would sort of put myself in that category as well. I actually consider myself a frustrated entrepreneur. I would love to start my own business and thought about it for years, but you know, I really didn't have the guts, to be honest with you, to sort of lay it all on the line, you know, get a second mortgage on my house and do all the things that it takes to be an entrepreneur. So I take my hat off to all of you who do that on a daily basis. Yes. But in terms of a career choice, I took what I felt was the next best thing, and that is to help you achieve your goals and be successful in this thing of federal government contracting. And I've been thinking a lot about this game changer label. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the approach that I take that I think works for me and has worked for me over the last few years. As the Congressman mentioned, I've been doing this for about 20 years at several agencies, including the NRC in Montgomery County. And by the way, Congressman, you are my congressman as well. So we thank you for your leadership. And I've been doing this at the NRC and at the Smithsonian prior to that. But you know, and each one of those agencies has its own unique things about it. We buy different products and services. There's different cultures at each one of the agencies. But there's one thing that has been constant, at least in my mind, and that is establishing the right relationships within each of the agencies. As you know, each one of our OSDBU directors, our function is to ensure that we have maximum practicable opportunities at each one of our agencies. And in some of our agencies, it's easier to accomplish this than others. For example, when I was at the NRC, we used to do a lot of IT work. I know there's a lot of CIOs here this evening, and you all know how many quality IT small businesses there are in this area. So over there, I think we hit some pretty good numbers just because of the fact of the nature of the work that we did. Then I went to USAID. USAID does very different work. We do development assistance work overseas primarily, very large contracts, and very different skill sets required, and it became much more of a challenge. So it required a different approach, but what I think is very important is not only having the technical knowledge to propose win-win solutions from within the confines of the federal acquisition regulations, but also having and nurturing those internal relationships that create win-win scenarios. And you know, I think, again, having done this for a few years, I know that there's sort of two ways you can do this. This work. You can go in and sort of bang on desks and say, okay, the law says we have to do this, so therefore you have to do a set-aside. Or you can do a more of a gentle persuasion from working with the contracting officers and the COTRs and working in a collaborative approach. And that's what's really worked. And that's what I think has been successful for us over the years. At the USAID, I've established some very, very good relationships with the senior levels of the organization, and that's what's been working there, and I think in the past at the other agencies that I've been at before. So, get to know those contracting officers and those CLTRs on a more social level so that they don't run the other way when you come in to talk about their upcoming contract. Anyway, I know I'm already going against what I said when I got here, and I apologize for that. I want to thank you again, Michael, and thank you all for being here tonight, and especially to my friends that are here at the table and my colleagues. Thank you again, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you again.